Well, it sure does feel good to be here with all of you. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Big Dog Brett, fan of the national championship winning Georgia Bulldogs. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Man, there is so much to talk about with this game. It'll take me a month of Sundays. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to jump on here. What's up, Killer Man? Can you believe it? I still can't believe it. Besides myself, waiting for somebody to wake me up here in a minute. Waiting to hear my alarm clock go off. Hit the thumbs up. Tennille is on to something. Definitely on to something. That's some high quality H2O. How about Shelly Mack? Where'd you go, Shelly Mack? There you go. Appreciate it. A lot of class. This person right here, we've much appreciated. Guys, we're going to be talking about this for hours and days and months. And if you're a Georgia fan, might be in the next 40 years. I was alive the last time Georgia won both of their championships, 1980 and 2021. Oh, Grandpa, what was it like? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Oh, man. AMH says, Brett, I'm a Bama fan, but been following your channel for a while. Congrats. Y'all totally deserve it. I much appreciate that, sir. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. How about Georgia, Alabama, national championship game? The score of this game does not tell the tale. Georgia scores 20 points in the fourth quarter. By goodness, believable. We're going to jump over to the box score here. Keith Shelley says, go Dogs. Dog behind enemy line says, sounds like Bill Cosby. I can do a pretty good Bill Cosby. I just need the right kind of medication. That's a joke. There's a lot of folks that need to choke on a hot dog for thinking Bennett couldn't win. Listen, guys. Mr. Stetson Bennett was 17 for 26, 224 yards, averaged 8.6, 2 touchdowns, 0, count them, 0 interceptions. 0. That's a 0. Mr. Bryce Young, on the other hand, was 35 for 57, throws for 369 yards. 369 yards. 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. The one late in the game sealed the deal. Alabama rushing, 30 yards. You heard me correctly. A grand total of 30 yards. My goodness. My goodness, my goodness. Now, I will say Will Riker, man, that guy was on fire. He only missed 1 field goal. 4 for 5. Georgia hit both of theirs. Jack Paulez, he did his job. Jake Camarda, though, man. Got to talk about Jake Camarda. We're going to get some of the defensive players. Right now, we're simulcasting on Big Dog Brett. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Guys, we are trying to get to 5K. I need to check the analytics real quick. Boom. We at 4836. Sarah Crane says, BDB, I know you guys are happy In a strange way, I'm happy for y'all. It's been a long time coming. I told you 2 years ago UGA was coming. Congratulations. Thank you so much, sir. Much appreciated. 1980 was a great year. Bulldog JC been around for a long time, man. You guys beat Bama second string. Here comes the excuses. Well, you know who we didn't beat that was on the second string? I'll tell you who we beat that was on the first string. How about the Heisman winning quarterback, Bryce Young? How about that? Mm-hmm. How about Alabama's incredible defense? We beat that. They held Georgia to 6 points in the first half. And to be honest with you guys, 6 points in the first half. Six points in the first half. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Excuse me, can you help me believe it? There's nobody over there. They can't help me believe it. I don't believe it. Georgia scored 27 points in the second half. Stetson Bennett, who everybody's been saying, he's thrown 5 interceptions against Alabama in the last 2 games. Threw 0 interceptions. Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young throws less touchdowns and more interceptions than Stetson Bennett. What's up, Crimson Brave? So I'm gonna throw this up here. Crimson Brave, man, he's been around. He's been to the channel for a long time. This guy has been trolling me for forever, like it was his job. But he's always been respectful, and so I much appreciate that, Crimson Brave. I also appreciate you coming back and saying congrats. He's a good man. Stetson should smoke a victory cigar. We all should. New York City went red and black. That's pretty cool. Didn't know about that. I'll check on that. Sacked him 5 times. Georgia absolutely changed the game plan they had. They wanted to get after. Here's what happened. They got after him. He still threw for 369 yards. Good Lord, sir. Absolutely incredible performance. Yeah. One great big pass to George Pickens. Man, hats off to George Pickens for that pass. That was a great pass. There was another pass that I can't remember who it was made this catch. But, like, he triple caught the ball. I don't think it was Adonai Mitchell. I don't think it was Brock. It might have been Kenny McIntosh. I think it was Kenny McIntosh. He, like, quadruple caught the ball. It was insane. Insane. Good game to all the Alabama fans. You know, it wouldn't mean so much to us if y'all weren't such a great team all the time. So, you know, hats off to Alabama. 2 SEC teams played in it and in the national championship. And it was just wonderful. It was wonderful. It was a great game, especially at halftime, man. He was on the edge of your seat, you know, and then, you know, Georgia takes the lead in the third quarter and fourth quarter. Alabama takes the lead, and then Georgia takes it back. I may be wrong about that, but it felt like that, if that is wrong. But I want to talk about Jake Camarda real quick. How about Jake Camarda? Kicks 5 punts, averages 44.5 yards a kick. And that counts that 2 of them landed inside of 20. One landed on the 2-yard line and had 1 punt that was 55 yards. Good night. Guy was on point. Georgia special teams did a great job tonight. Alabama special teams did a great job tonight. James Burnett, 4 punts, averaged 37 yards. But, I mean, he kicked for 148 yards of punting, man. It was just great. Brett, people can laugh at Bryce all they want, but what was given, he played his tail off. One tough dude taking us. It's absolutely. And that was kind of the question mark was, how was Alabama's offensive line going to hold up? Whoever number 31 is, I believe his name was Mr. Anderson for Alabama. Man, that guy can play, dude. There's some monsters on the Alabama defense. Bryce Young is going to be even better next year. He's going to be even better next year. So he's going to be a factor no matter who he plays. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Nick the Stick. Nick a Stick. Okay, Nick a Stick. What you got? Big Dog Brett, that was an awesome game. I think they did tell Georgia to save it, that SEC game, because Georgia knew they could beat them. I'm so excited. I'm drinking a cold one to Alabama fans. It's a love. Yeah. What he said. Ditto. You could tell both of these teams wanted it. Both of these teams was capable. Just that fourth quarter. The fourth quarter for Alabama this go around was just like the second quarter that Georgia had or Alabama had against Georgia in the SEC championship game. It was one quarter that got away from them, and that's all it took. The score at the end of the first was 0-3. Score at the end of the second, score at the end of the half was 6-9. The score at the end of the third quarter was 13-9. Everything happened in that fourth quarter. Now, hats off to the Georgia's defense. When was the last time you thought Alabama was going to have to kick 5 field goals and a touchdown? Now, they got 4 field goals and a touchdown. They missed the PAT. So, 3 field goals in the first half, 1 field goal in the second half, and then a touchdown. Nick Stick, thank you for the super chat, sir. Appreciate it. Alabama fans ain't even mad they lost. Some of them are. But Georgia simply broke them down. I was a little concerned in that third quarter that Georgia's defense was starting to get tired, but they muscled up, man. And they said that those guys had been out like training after the SEC champion game. They would go running at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get in better shape, and they did. Georgia's head coach. Thank you, Russell Payne. Thanks, Luke Joels. Sorry if I missed anybody in the comments. Thanks, Gil. Sorry. Congratulations from Thailand. That's what's up, man. International. So Georgia goes out there. Looks like both teams were playing pretty conservative. Georgia's defense bristled when it needed to. But Georgia's offense couldn't get going in that first half. It really wasn't until James Cook had that breakaway run in the second half that things really started to pick up. Georgia throws for 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 140 yards in rushing, 2 fumbles, both of them Stetson. By the way, I'm not sure that pass was that fumble was a pass or that pass was a fumble. It looked to me like his arm was going forward and the ball like popped out as his arm was going forward. He didn't let go of the ball because the ball left his hand and went forward. So now I will say the recovery was definitely inbounds. There's no doubt that was inbounds. Yeah, Will Anderson was a guy I really wanted to come to Georgia, but he chose Alabama. Oh, Texas rocks. You ain't lying, sir. That Georgia defense bailed out your offense time and time again. Several times, sir. OC was terrible. Great win for Georgia. We can't win them all. I don't know that OC was terrible. I just think Georgia's defense is dominant. You guys scored more points than most teams scored against Georgia. So I think the first game we played, I think Georgia's defense was off. I think Georgia's offense got some help, definitely with that pick 6. Otherwise, it would have been 26 to 18. That pick 6 at the end, man, was just a killer. Looking at the score 33-18, I mean, some people would call that a blowout, but I don't think that's a blowout. I think Georgia, that pick 6 at the end, it was a lot closer. What's up, Chase Harvey? Said we did. Let's go. Let's go. First comes Rocks to give me a super chat. Thank you. Appreciate that, sir. 2021. He says, holy cow, the officiating in this game. Right. Why? Okay, timeout. Why is it we can sign multi-million-dollar contracts with coaches? We can sign name, image, and likeness agreements with players. Boosters can do all kinds of things. Tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars for stadiums. Full-time coaches, full-time trainers, full-time medical staff, full-time law enforcement. But we can't have full-time referees. What's up, my man? Keith Carr, how you doing, sir? If you up for it, Keith, I'll let you join the chat, sir. I'm going to throw the link in here. There you go. It did look like a pass to a lot of people, but nonetheless, Georgia still come out there and did what it needed to do. Bruh. Feeling pretty good, and that's truth. You know, it's funny. The tireder I get, the more it sounds like I only have about 2 IQ. Alabama's running game was tragic. There was a while there Alabama was running the ball pretty soundly. Congrats, big dog. Proud of Kirby. Roll Tide. Thanks, Jason Boyd. Appreciate that, sir. No more 1980 BS. Good Lord, ain't that the truth? I can't tell you how tired I am of hearing that. Chase, I saw that you tried to join, buddy, but I didn't see a camera. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. A lot of so Timbo Slice. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. Where you been? Where you been, my man? From a Bama fan, congratulations to UGA. Yes, sir. Defense showed out. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And here's the crazy thing, right? Is that even though Alabama, excuse me, even though Georgia looked to be dominant on defense at times, looked bad at other times. By the way, UGA Hall had 2 receptions, went 52 yards on 2 receptions. Man, that's incredible. Latu did a great job. You know, he had 102 yards in receiving, and that's on 2 players. But man, to put up 370 yards, they put up 400 yards of offense. Really, is what they put up a little over 400 yards of offense, and Georgia still won that game soundly. So I guess defense does win championships, don't it though? Don't it though? Appreciate that, Derpy Gamer. Full-time officials should absolutely be a thing. And here's why. You're talking about putting these people in charge. You're talking of putting a bunch of part-time workers in charge of officiating a game that is responsible for hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. That seems silly to me, or is it just me? That seems silly, or is it just me? Whew. I had friends that went tonight too, sir. Defensive line Clemson had in 2016, possibly. How much you gonna spend on merch? Over or under is $500. For me, it will definitely be under. Dude, you still going? I'm waiting for Kirby to talk. He might talk. I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm glad Bama didn't win as an LSU fan. I appreciate that, Timbo. Go Dogs, man. Big time UGA fan. I'm 22, and it's my birthday on the 17th. So happy birthday ahead of time, Mayhem Matthew. I've seen you over on Uncle Lou's channel. Mayhem has his own channel if you guys want to go check him out. I'll be nice and support you, sir. Rob D says, how about them dogs? We did it. We did a great job. The fans really helped this UGA team this year. Calling in tomorrow. Work and chill. I can't. I got work to do. I got 2 people I got to go see tomorrow. I may be late, but I'm going. Saban got paid big money for throwing this game. Show of hands in the comment section. Who thinks this is a ridiculous comment? Does anybody think, besides Jimmy Ray Valentine, we did it, TikTok? Yes, sir. Who thinks Saban threw this game? Somebody tell me that we threw this game. Tell me. You explain to me how those passes to the end zone were thrown. And even though that receiver's hanging over him like a wet blanket, that's a called game. I should not have scheduled anything today. You're right. You're right. JM, you think the game? You think they threw the game? Oh man, if you watch these guys play with the intensity they were playing with, it didn't look like a staged game to me. Now you might have convinced me that Georgia threw the SEC game because that looked so bad, but they went to throw the game. They tried to do something in the last couple of minutes before the INT. I think the comment is nonsense. National championship game should be on a Saturday night. I don't care what night it's on as long as Georgia gets one. Hey, by the way, I got my hat on backwards. Is that okay? Let me put that on the board for you, Mr. Carr. Keith Truck says, Saban outcoached in second half. Didn't see that coming. You right. I'll tell you something else I didn't see coming. Did not see coming. However you want to say it. How about Stetson Bennett doesn't throw an interception? That was like the key everybody was pointing at. Stetson Bennett got to not throw an interception. Stetson Bennett, if he throws an interception, man, what a great day. Law Tide. Oh my goodness. Law Tide. How you doing, brother? Woo. Now, national championship winning team win. Our team won the national championship, and I'm the Slav champion. So I'm a double champ. Refs need to be fired. Poor. You are correct. So Booty Sniper with the $1.99 special. Thank you, sir. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Loped out dogs going crazy. $13 points in the first half. The reps robbed us. We had 6 points in the first half, sir. But if you're talking about the scoop and score, I honestly 1,000% believe that was a forward pass. That ball was coming out of his hand going forward. He didn't fumble that. I also believe Stetson Bennett's fumble was a pass. Happy birthday, Daniel Rivera. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm losing my voice, but we won a natty, so what will I do? I think Saban got one more championship. Then Georgia has a shot at the next dynasty. Georgia got a shot at dynasty now. It just depends on what we do with it. Oh, Mayhem Matthew, is a new member. Thank you for supporting the channel, sir. Both were passed. Going to bed, definitely going to sleep good tonight. Yes, sir, absolutely. How's it going, brother? Happiest I've been for a while, knowing Georgia finally did it. Knowing that Georgia finally did it the same year that the Braves win the national championship. Now, I don't think it's a possibility, but if the Falcons were to win the Super Bowl, now that'd be cool. But that's what it is. I'll take the natty. I will sacrifice the Falcons willingly to keep winning natties with Georgia. Hold on. I'm going to bust you out. Bam. This man won $700 from betting on the Dogs. Hot dogs, huh? Go Dogs. Hold on. Jimmy Ray Valentine said, this game was set up from the start. Bama laid down. No way Georgia is better than Bama. I'm telling you, they threw this game. Saban probably got $10 million for this game. Oh, that is quite interesting, but I find non-fiction to be much more enlightening. Braves won. Georgia wins. Curse is broken. Yes, sir. So let's go through it real quick here. Man, I want me a Coke bottle so bad I can't stand it. Quay Walker. Georgia had 4 sacks tonight. That is 4 more sacks than they had the SEC championship game. This was the Bama. I mean, this was the Georgia. This was the Georgia defense that we did not see in the SEC championship game. Now, here's the crazy thing. Alabama sacked Georgia 5 times. 5 times. 5 times they sacked Georgia. Georgia still put 33 points on the board. Somebody Uber me a Coke. Yes, sir. I want one of them to go right next to that one. Told everyone it's going to be like 2017. Auburn beat Georgia. Georgia won the SEC championship. I said the same thing the other day. I said the same thing. I said, it's going to be interesting because it always seems like things play out like that. Like Georgia gets into the college football playoff, even though they didn't win their division. Now, I was a proponent the last time that Georgia played for the national championship that Alabama never should have been there because they didn't win the SEC championship. Now I'm on the other side of that coin, and I'm like, well, I guess that doesn't make sense, really, because if you want the best team there, they got there. Thanks, James. I appreciate it, sir. Texas Rock Steph. I was pulling for Georgia, but no way I put money on Stetson. That's an awful bowl. Magic Sims, what's up, brother? He says, congratulations, Big Dog Brett. Not a dog fan by any stretch. We can tell by that avatar with that Alabama A with the mullet on it. It says, by any stretch of the imagination, but I respect you for always being respectful and likable Georgia fan. Man, I got to work on my image. Rest in peace, 1980 jokes. Boy, there's the truth of it. There's so many people calling in to work tomorrow, and everybody will know why. I might call in to work tomorrow. I might not. Had to pull for Georgia after they kicked Michigan's behind. Honestly, I always had likable respect to Georgia. They're not a team I could hate. Well, that's awfully kind of you, sir. Now, I may be a Clemson fan, but I was pulling for Georgia. Well, you were pulling the right one. It's crazy to think that a third different SEC team has won the big one lately. No, it's not. Not really. Not when you think about it. Must be nuts. It's nuts all over the place right now. There's going to be so many DUIs handed out tonight, unfortunately. Hey, by the way, if you're watching this, get an Uber, take a cab, save a life. It might be your own. It might be somebody else's kids. So take a few dollars out of your pocket and get you an Uber driver. Lord knows they need the money. I know because I've drove Uber before when I needed the money. And get yourself home safe. The life you save might be your own, or it might be somebody else's life that you regret taking. Ooh, thing's getting low. Quick question. Do you think Georgia will be in the playoff next season? I have no idea, sir. I ain't made it that far. I'm still in the moment. Still in the moment. Refs in this game was awful. That is correct, Mundo, sir. You are absolutely right. I'm trying to find the penalty list for this game. See if I can find it up here. Team stats. Penalties. Good Lord. 10 penalties for 70 yards. It always seems at critical moments, too. The game was really interesting because Georgia was about 30%, 33% on third down, and Alabama was near 50%. Total yards in this game, Georgia 364, Alabama 399. I think one of the other stats had it at 401, but whatever. Passing 224 for Georgia, rushing 140. I think all of that 140 save like 2 yards came in the second half of this game. This was absolutely just 20 first downs for Georgia, 22 first downs for Alabama. Georgia ran the ball 30 times. Alabama ran the ball 28 times. Yards per rush, 4.7 for Georgia and 1.1 1 for Alabama. When did you think you would ever say that? You never thought you would say that. Time of possession. This is not what it doesn't. This stat is deceiving. 28 minutes and 29 seconds for Georgia, 31 minutes and 31 seconds for Alabama. In the first half, it was amazingly lopsided towards Alabama. Stadium capacity 100%. The capacity, check this out. The capacity was 63,000. The in attendance was 68,311. There was 5,311 more people in that stadium than what it will hold. So apparently the capacity is not the capacity. It's more than what it's listed at. George Pickens did the most receiving yards on one pass for 57 yards. The Zamir White had 13 carries for 84 yards. It didn't feel that way, especially in the first half. Georgia couldn't run the ball for nothing on Alabama. And then managed to finally figure it out. Got to scroll back up, make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Because I had to jump off the screen. Louis jumping up and down. I bet he is. I am too. I'm about to lose my voice though. You know what? I gotta give it off to the throwback. Go you Silver Britches. How about them dogs? A lot of people don't know that the gotta hydrate, man. Gotta hydrate. Drink water. Congrats. Gorgeous. I guess that's gorgeous. Thanks, Bill Kate. Go dogs. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm an Aggie. What a game. Congrats to the dogs. Thanks, sir. Speak on Stetson Bennett getting it done, please, sir. Okay. I'll speak on Stetson Bennett. Let's talk about old Stetson. So much good and bad about this. What do you say, really? Guy's 5'11", 190 pounds, probably never going to go pro. He's just undersized. He does not have the game of his life tonight, but he had enough. This proved that you can win a national championship without a Heisman Trophy quarterback. This proved that a Heisman Trophy quarterback can still lose a national championship. And I'm not saying that he lost this game on his own. I'm not saying that. Cook did save the game. Stetson Bennett played with a lot of heart. He never gave up. There was times in this game when I gave up. Lord knows I gave up on Stetson Bennett 5 or 6 times. He throws for 224 yards. I mean, this isn't rocket science as far as that he wasn't killing it. He didn't look great. He got sacked 5 times. I mean, you look at Georgia's rushing. Stetson Bennett was minus 24 yards. And there was a couple of times he took a sack, and I was like, good Lord, what are you doing? What are you doing? But Stetson Bennett didn't throw an interception. Now, he did throw a fumble, apparently. He did throw a fumble, but he didn't throw an interception. But here's the thing I'm going to say about Stetson Bennett, and then I'm going to leave it alone. Stetson Bennett grew up a dog from the time he was itty bitty. And this kid was a Dogs fan all his life. And he came to Georgia as a walk-on. And he didn't have a scholarship. Stetson Bennett never gave up. He went to JUCO to get more play time. Comes back to Georgia on a scholarship. Fights through and takes the job away from a 5-star quarterback who was the number 1 rated quarterback in the country, who came from California. Ain't nothing wrong with coming from California, but he grew up a Dogs fan. And even though the fans didn't want him, The fans were telling him, you should step down. You should step aside. You shouldn't be the quarterback at Georgia. You're not good enough. Takes Georgia to an undefeated season, to the SEC championship game. Georgia fans and the media are all saying Georgia can't win a national championship with Stetson Bennett. This man goes so far as to get a flip phone so he doesn't have to deal with social media, so he can focus on what he has to do. I was an advocate for getting rid of Stetson Bennett. And then I sat down and started looking at the stats. And I had to go, you know what? I might be wrong. Then Stetson Bennett goes out and plays an absolutely amazing game against Michigan, a Big Ten champion. A Big Ten champion that beat Ohio State and dismantled Iowa. He blew them out of the water. I said, okay. And at that point, it was Stetson Bennett. You know, you had to say, wow. So then Stetson Bennett comes into this game. First possession. First snap of the ball. Sack. Second possession. Delay game. Third snap. Scramble. Fumble. Fourth snap. Incomplete pass. And you're thinking to yourself, you're like, there is no way this guy's going to win a national championship. We have absolutely wasted this opportunity. I gave up on him again. Stetson Bennett didn't care. He's not good enough. I don't know how many times I said that to myself during this game. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. He's not going to be able to do this. I'm ashamed that I gave up on him like I did. Stetson, you can say what you want to about Stetson Bennett winning or not winning this game. He did what he needed to do. Not every quarterback has to be a Heisman winner. This kid grew up dreaming of winning a national championship at Georgia. I can't even name another quarterback that grew up being a fan of that school, starting as a walk-on, winning the job over one of the highest rated quarterback recruits in the country, and then winning a national championship in spite of all the fans. What a story. What a story. So, my apologies, Stetson. My apologies, sir. I never should have doubted you. The coaches got it right. And I couldn't be happier to be wrong. Could not be happier to be wrong. So thank you, Stetson Bennett, for proving all of us wrong. All of the doubters, all of the naysayers, all of the people that doubted the coaches. All of us owe you an apology, sir. And I'll be the first one. I apologize. Story of the year? No, sir. The story of Stetson Bennett will be in the annals of college football lore for eons. What a great story. That'll be ESPN 30 for 30 in no time. Bama players got hurt. Georgia had players hurt too. In college football, it's next man up. That's why they give you as many scholarships as they do. Got to play what you got, man. Got to play what you got. Stetson getting a statue. Stetson is getting a statue. You want to talk about, what is it, Remember the Giants? Jeez, dude. Here's the thing, Zero Cool. He didn't lose the game, did he? He made the right decisions. He did what he needed to do. He accomplished a task that no quarterback at Georgia has done in 40 years. And I got to be grateful for that, man. I got to. I keep going back to that statement from A Few Good Men. It's like, I stand on this wall. You want me on this wall. You need me on this wall. You ask that I provide a blanket of freedom and then question the means in which I provide it. If Stetson Bennett should be able to give that statement, dude. It's like, you wanted a national championship and yet you question the means on which we got it. You know, yeah. I agree with what you're saying. You still can't put this smile down, go Dogs? Thank God. You got everything right except that last word. You got to capitalize that, bro. Then you'll be good. Georgia on the roids. That's right, sir. That's right. Georgia's on the roids. The Jet 305 says, big fan of the channel, Canes fan, and I was rooting for y'all away and deserve to finally win one after the heartbreak. I can only pray Mario can do like this for Kirby. Do like Kirby just did. Yes, sir. Well, you may not like how the mail was delivered, but it was delivered. Trenches over here trolling me. I support you, UGA fan. I appreciate that, Robert. I'm a Bama fan. I understand, man. Pickens' catch had me like a bunny. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means, but I like it. Feel free to use the super chat button. You can subscribe and become a member as well. You can support the channel in the off season here. We're going to be doing much more content. After I have a little bit of a break, I will be breaking the game down. We will do some of the play-by-play and so that I can go through, because there's so many good plays that happen in this game. So let me go through the first 4 possessions. You ready? Georgia, punt. Alabama, punt. Georgia, punt. Alabama, punt. Then we go Georgia, field goal. Alabama, field goal. Georgia, punt. Alabama, field goal. Georgia, field goal. Punt. End of the half. So Georgia gets this is with 3 minutes, 37 seconds to go. Georgia gets a touchdown. And then less than a minute later, Bryce Young intercepted, runs it back for a touchdown. Georgia goes 7. Alabama goes 7 plays down. Game over. Jermaine Garrison says, congrats to Georgia. Appreciate that, sir. UGA was the best team from start to finish, sir. Congrats, Dogs. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Pick 6 was amazing. Pick 6 was amazing. It was a nice little to the to the end of the game. I really appreciate that. Finally did it. It doesn't even seem real, man. Apparently somebody thinks Justin was complaining. The refs helped Georgia. The refs helped Georgia. Was pass interference on Georgia 8 times and no call. But yet again, Bama gets called for pass interference. Well, sir, I believe I remember the call that you are referring to. And when I watched the instant replay, I believe y'all had tackled our boy. Like, not bumped into him, like physically tackled him. Like, he had to get up off of the ground. I don't think that's asking too much to call a pass interference on that call. I don't. And also, in addition to, if we want to talk about penalties, where's it at? Yeah, I believe it is under team stats. Yes, here it is. Penalties against Georgia, 10. 10 times they threw flags on Georgia. They only threw the flag 7 times against Alabama. So you explain that to me. Now, I will say there was calls made that shouldn't have been made on both teams. But, yeah, it's pretty bad. But if anybody got a head of the shake on that, it was Alabama. Let us not forget, Alabama had several key excuses. Listen, man, everybody has injuries. Everybody has. We were playing with a walk-on quarterback. You got a Heisman Trophy candidate. Excuse me, Heisman Trophy winner. You got an All-American defensive guy in Will Anderson. You got 5 stars all over the field, sir. Georgia had injuries too. George Pickens, probably the greatest receiver Georgia has had since I don't know how long, caught 1 pass. 1. Yeah. Jalen Kimber, Gilbert, Tyke, Smith. Yeah, we had a ton of them too, man. I'm not going to feel sorry for Alabama fans. Y'all can go sleep with all your national championships. You got like 35 of them. Let me have one, would you? Jeez. Did I see Trench's comment in here? You did. He's here somewhere. He may have jumped off by now, though. Zero Cool says, Justin, shut up. Many bad calls went in Bama's favor. Refs ain't helping Georgia. You cap. Go Dogs. Yes, sir. Hashtag 1980. Hashtag 1980. The refs were bad on both sides. Listen, Georgia won this game. I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm going to tell you straight the you-know-what up. There were several calls that went against Alabama that should not have went against Alabama. There were several calls against Georgia that should not win against Georgia. The officiating was bad. But fortunately, it was not enough to make a difference in who won this game. UGA doesn't have a great offense, but defense, I'm with you on that. Alabama will be loaded next year. No doubt about that, integrity-minded. All right, guys, so I'm going to shut it down. Been going for a while here. Sir, I'll watch this game 100 times, and it's not going to change anything. I appreciate your opinion, but Georgia's defense is what did the job, man. Georgia's defense did the job. Peanut 3844 Abel says, that ACC refs for you. Now you know our pain. Word. Go Bulldogs, national champs, baby. Bama sucks. I wouldn't say they suck, dude. I'd just say that Georgia won this game. Does Georgia winning the title mean Texas is back? Boomer. That's pretty good. I don't want 21 Bama to be like the Texas team that always asks about what if with Colt McCoy. First of all, if I was a Bama fan, I lost this game, I would basically just lean back and be like, dude, we got so many national championships. Why do we care? That's what I would say. Well, say what you want to. Stetson got it done. Georgia won by more than 2 scores. Georgia scored more points in the second half than they scored probably all season against anybody in the top 5. Georgia was just better this year. May not be the case next year, but Georgia was better this year. That defense was awesome. I got to read this one and then I got to go. If you want to drop a super chat, now's the time. Georgia hulked up when the refs cheated and Ringo hit the atomic leg drop. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to go look that up. Oh, I was going to say something about the Silver Britches. Thank you for reminding me, Mr. Gen Xer. For those of you who don't know, Georgia is called the Silver Britches because we don't actually wear white. We wear silver. And that's where they got the title. Go you Silver Britches. Thank you, Larry Munson. Tiger Raven says, my mother is a Georgia fan. Well, why ain't you? Just saying. Flucking Bama fan can't accept that L. Matty Sims a good dude. Matty can take a L. It's more of I don't want our fans saying what if scenario we lost. Am I happy? No. But am I going to make a million excuses? Also, no. See, that's a proper fan. That's a correct fan. For 41 years, been waiting too long. Georgia won the national championship the year I was born. So, yeah, I've seen two. Do I think who gets drafted? Stetson Bennett? Probably not. He's a good quarterback. He would start at most schools. But will he go pro? He's not built. He's not built for pro, my man. He's just not. His stats are nowhere near where they need to be. Darius Horde says, Bama fan here, congrats. Thanks, sir. It'll be a season of what ifs, but y'all got gut checked and took it from us. Happy for Kirby because I still love him. I expect to see y'all next year. Roll Tide roll. Thanks, sir. Appreciate that. Very classy gentleman right there. Thank you. Brian W says, congrats, Brett. Y'all deserve it. Thank you, sir. Hope you're drunk right now. I am not, sir. Not even close. Not even close. This is water. Well, it was water. It's water because I'm losing my voice from screaming at Stetson Bennett all night. College football is fake. They know who's going to win before the game. You right? Man, you are right. How did you? This man's spilling the beans. You're right, though. He's right. All them wild catches where they triple and quadruple caught the football. Staged. All those fumbles that they recovered. Staged. Them field goals. Staged. Yeah, it's all staged. Too short for pro. Mini QB. You right. Ooh, Savage Dogs is right. Just realize we have a funny man video to look forward to. Listen, he ain't gonna take this hard. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, well, I just go in and hug all these national championships I got. That's what he's gonna do. That's what I would do. Yeah. How do you see Oklahoma recovering from all the season's drama? It really depends. So we'll go ahead and let you guys know. I'm gonna run. But in the meantime, I will be dropping a video probably tomorrow or the next day, and it will be in reference to us winning this game. Also, I will be getting up early in the morning and going and getting me a Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and subscribe to Big Dog Brett, subscribe to the Voice College Football Georgia channel, subscribe to the Voice College Football SEC channel. We will continue content throughout the off season. We will continue to celebrate, and we will give you guys the up-to-date recruiting and scouting reports. We will talk about the injuries, those who are going pro, those who are staying, where they end up in the draft stock, all kind of fun stuff. And we'll also be talking about the spring games soon. Really appreciate you guys. Hats off to the Georgia Bulldogs. Congratulations on a wonderful and amazing, memorable 2021 season. National champions, finally. We did it. We killed #1980. You guys have a great day, because I'm gonna. God bless. Go Dogs.